everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are on episode 7 of the series. We are day 272. This is the date. As you can see, we've got nothing in here yet. I just made the book. But today's episode is going to be very lore-centric. So if we go upstairs over here, in my little bookshelf, I've moved the armor stand here to clear some way. Oh, we should have... yeah, this book right here. So what's that say? Zordo's Refuge. What is Zordo's Refuge? Well, that is what we are going to figure out together in today's episode. So I've been thinking about lore for our world here, and I've been inspired by the guys over at Forevercraft. Plato Storm, who is also on the server, has this area that he calls Plato's Republic. And doesn't that just sound so cool? So I've been thinking about what we should call this place and what lore should surround it. And I've been struggling. But I've come up with the name Zordo's Refuge, and I just think Zordo's Refuge sounds cool. So I was going to say we're going to start off small, but it's not really a small thing. But what we're going to do is I've been just walking around here, and Refuge kind of gives off the vibe of a safe space, somewhere where you would take refuge from something. So I thought it'd be cool if surrounding our area, if we could clear like a circular kind of area where it looks more plainy and clear, and have like surrounding it be more foresty. I think it could be cool and maybe lean into that refuge idea. So I started doing that and planting the trees, but I really didn't like it the way it looked. We're probably gonna have to cut some of these guys down when they actually grow. I don't know, it just wasn't hitting the way I thought it was going to. So I think we can confidently say that this here is Zordo's Refuge. This is my refuge. This is my starter base, and it's called Zordo's Refuge. Refuge. So we have our house, which is called Zordo's Refuge. The land is Zordonia, and the outer lands would be either Greater Zordonia or Outer Zordonia. Could be pretty cool. Now, since we've changed our mind on that project, what should we do instead? So if we look at our house from afar, we can kind of see that to one side we have quite a bit going on. We've been expanding a lot in the last episodes, expanding the retaining wall, expanding the land, and there is still a lot of work to do. The wall isn't textured, the land isn't actually done, the wall just stops. There's nothing on the land that we've expanded, so there's a lot to do on this side. But I think for today's episode, to kind of switch things up a bit, we're going to go to the other side of our house and work there, and we're going to work on some structures. I haven't put in a lot of structures in the last episode, so we're going to build a silo on this side of the house to fill in the space a bit and hold our bamboo. Right, so now is the time to build, tear down, rebuild, tear down again, rebuild again, tear down again, to finally have something that we like. But I think this is gonna work. We also include some terraforming to get it up a little bit on some smoother terrain. And I think, honestly, it's so big that it was supposed to be a silo. It doesn't even really look like a silo anyways. I think it's just gonna be my storage building, and maybe we will link up like a little bamboo farm and maybe even the sugarcane farm directly up to it to make it look like it is kind of acting as a silo. But I think it's gonna be my storage building. I think it's just the right size without being too big to kind of fit with the area I've gone so far. I think we're gonna try to keep things more to scale like this for now, so that it kind of fits with what we've already started doing. And when we start building massive things, either do it somewhere else where I guess that makes sense, or like inside the mountain, or for another base. And you might have noticed that I got a little bit distracted and started decorating a little bit of the path along, well, leading up to the house with just some fences and some leaves, and I think it looks a lot nicer than it did. I'm meaning to do it for the last like 2 or 3 episodes, but I just like get distracted and don't end up doing it. And I like the way it looks. I think we're gonna try to keep this when we like expand downwards this way. So here we are. We have like another diverging path, and we'll fix it up. Like I said, we rebuilt this like at least 4 times and moved it. I think I'm content with this, and it actually is quite big. Looking at it now from the outside, Pretty reminiscent of B-Dubs' base in the latest season of Hermitcraft, at least in terms of shape. And this is the inside, so really I do think this is going to end up being a storage room. It just makes more sense rather than using it just to store bamboo. Unless we build a machine in here. But I like the idea of it being our storage room. And we've gone with the same palette as the house so that it fits with the look of the area. And it turns out that it works pretty nicely. So I think we're going to build it the same way we kind of built the house, where now we have the main shape in. I think now that that's in, I'm going to go back and just start like retouching everything and adding details and stuff. But I think I'm going to bring you guys back when that's done, because I don't exactly know what I'm going to do just at the moment. Alright, so this is what we have so far. I've taken inspiration from It's Marlowe and his silo, and actually a lot of his farms have this kind of piping that he does to lead the materials to their storage units. But like, you can see it happen, and it's animated a bit. I think it's pretty cool. And that's what that is right there. Right now it's just water, there's no actual movement going on that's not leading anywhere. But I think what I'd like to do is turn this into my storage building, like I said. But to kind of call back to what we were supposed to build here, which was actually a silo for our bamboo farm. I still think I am going to build the bamboo farm underneath and have it feed into a chest up there. So for the most part, this is functioning. We just need to actually replace these with source blocks and get some bubble columns going. But it's already hooked up to a hopper right there. But I do think the build is actually starting to blend in nicely with the place. I do think it is lacking maybe a bit in some details, so I'm going to keep tweaking that. However, I do find that I planted these acacia trees just so I could get some acacia wood without climbing to the top of the mountain. And I do think they fit in quite nicely. Like the leaves are a very nice color. It might just be my eyes, but I feel like they're a bit darker than the oak leaves without being like spruce leaves and stuff, or birch leaves. And I really like the way they go with the build here. So I think what we're going to do eventually when the build is done is actually add in an acacia tree and decorate with some acacia leaves around it, because I do think it fits really, really nicely with the build. Right, so here it is, all hooked up. It's not great, but it works. Honestly, it just gave me a little bit of a break from building and actually being able to think about what I want to do up top, and it does work, and gradually we will accumulate bamboo, but the actual output isn't hooked up to anything, so we're going to be pretty much just wasting bamboo anyways. However, we can always come back and make this better. This is what redstone not going in creative looks like for me. A bit rough, but I'm having a lot of fun figuring it out, and I learned a few things about droppers, which was confusing. Oh, well, hi. Can you grab that? Yeah, okay. We're gonna do something with him. Little bugger. Right, so if we come up here, we have our hopper here with some stuff in it. And yeah, now we just have to actually hook it up to something because it's not feeding anywhere. But we know that this works. So even if it is inefficient, I think it's cool. And there's nothing stopping us from upgrading it as we go and just maybe straight up build a better bamboo farm. Honestly, I'm not too reliant on the bamboo farm right now. It's mostly just to have like this decoration make somewhat sense. So yeah, I'm totally fine with making it better later. I just think it was cool, and it gave me a bit of a break from trying to detail the build. And I tried out like texturing with some oak, and actually I've only done this bit so far and it's growing on me. I think I'm gaining a little bit of confidence and thoughtfulness as to where we actually integrate the texturing and stuff, and I think this looks great. I don't know if we should do it on all corners the same, probably not, but just try to make like shadows and wear and tear up top underneath the roof. Seems like it would make sense. So that is going to be our next step. I think I'm getting the hang of it. Just ever so slightly, we're getting better. I think I'm finally understanding a bit more how to texture and do that sort of detailing on the build. It's pretty simple so far in our build, nothing too extravagant, but just like the oak here to act as some shadows, and like this here acting as some kind of damage that was patched up afterwards. I think is doing a lot to make the build blend in and feel more real. And I had a lot of fun last night building this and adding some details. I didn't add too much, all things considered, just like the shelves as windowsills and the oak up top and like some of this here and the damage, but it brings me a lot of joy. It feels like I'm getting better. We still have some details we could add on the exterior for sure, but I'm running a bit of out of ideas for the moment, and I don't want to force it. We can always come back and do it later. I think I'd like to get to work on the inside, because like I said, this is going to be our, I guess, technically a bit of a silo, because we built the bamboo farm down here, but this is going to be really a silo turned storage room, so I think I'm going to get to start laying out the inside and actually getting some storage in, so we can start like cleaning up our mess that we've been leaving behind all episode. Right, so I've got a bit of progress done, and I'm going to show you, and I want to bring you back in from this angle because I've been walking around a lot. Having this not being planned out means that like I'm really slow building this. Even for the interior, I'll just like walk around a bit and then look in there and place something down and then leave it there for a bit, and then sometimes I'll change it. But yeah, I've been also very busy this week once again, and when I do get to play, I'm kind of tired, so it's like a bit harder. But anywho, I brought you back from this angle because I just walking around, like I said, and I'm surprised by how cool this view is. Totally unintentional. Like walking through here with that little retaining wall on the left and our build poking through, and the acacia trees kind of masking that side of it. I just think it looks really good. So I don't think we're going to cut those trees down today. I don't think we have enough time to like fill everything out, so we'll leave that because it gives us a pretty cool view, and then we can always make a custom one later on. But isn't it just so cool? There's a bit of a mess here. If we walk in right now, we have our first floor here that looks like this. So we have a bunch of storage in place, a proper upgrade from our chests around the house. We'll be able to organize things a bit better. Of course, we're going to end up filling this storeroom, I think, soon enough, but it should suit our needs for quite a while, at least I'm hoping for. So we have a bunch of chests, some barrels, we have some item frames later so we can put some things in there. Could have probably had more space, but you can kind of tell here that all of this is all brought in by one block. We have like 2 thick walls, but I think it just makes it nice to differentiate it from the outside. If we go over to here, some bookshelves, a little staircase, and we have a little access to our bamboo farm. Right over here. Alright. I think that I am pretty much done with the build over there for now. I'm pretty content with it. And let's just talk about something real quick. I know this was supposed to be a lore video. We open our book here. We started this on the 2nd of June. We are currently the 19th of June. The Zordo who said that is a totally different man. I got a bit sidetracked, I admit, but that's just the way things go sometimes, and I don't think we should force it. This is meant to be fun for you and I. I've had a chaotic last few weeks, so it's been a thing trying to get this in order, so please don't hold it against me. You might have gotten a bit of a glimpse there, but we're pretty much done with this build, and I think let's walk through it and see how it is. And honestly, I think this is where we're going to start wrapping up the episode, and then maybe focus a bit on lore more in the next episode, or in the next few episodes, I think. So I've added a bit of a path here with some fence, kind of in the same style as in front of the house. I think it just looks really nice, this kind of fencing. Probably add some more leaves here, but we'll work on it. I still got my chest to get rid of. So if we go over here, we have our 2 guys still. I think I showed you guys these heaps earlier. We should probably name them, shouldn't we? I plan on getting my iron armor through this guy eventually. If we go through here, oh, we have our little chilling area that we're going to build here, but I think we'll leave that for a future episode. If we head into the house, I don't think there's anything else to show you out here. I think you've seen it pretty much already. I've done this for the first floor, and I used to have like a piston table here, but I just realized I just would jump over it all the time. So I swapped it out for a glass floor. I think it's kind of neat. We're gonna have to decorate this eventually, but it gives us a glimpse into our bamboo farm below. Up to the second floor here. And I think this is my favorite part. Like, I like down here. This is more storage efficient. I like the way this floor looks a lot. So we have a nice little carpet here mixed with some moss and some actual carpet. Once again, it's some storage. This is supposed to be a bit more nature themed. So we have some flowers here, some saplings in this chest. I like using glow berries mixed with lanterns as lighting. Some more storage here with some item frames to see what's in it. And I think this is a perfect balance of aesthetics and seeing what's in the chests. Some little workstations here. We're going to rework this a little bit. I'm thinking make it like some sort of cabinet or some shelves with some of these blocks in them. But yeah, this works for now. Some more storage here. We have this wall that I like a lot. So behind the stairs, this is my first anvil. The last piece of iron armor, my first set that I've had. My first copper armor, which is written here. And this is where I'm going to store like my tools that we've been gathering up in the last episode. So for my first pickaxe, iron pickaxe is here. The first diamond pickaxe is here. I should actually go see if I still have my first wooden pickaxe. I have a feeling that I either died or discarded it. No, I'm just being silly. It's actually here. We'll grab it because this is where my bed used to be. But we always have a problem with like, it says that monsters are too close and I can't find the monsters. So I just end up having to drag my bed somewhere else and sleep, which was usually in here, which kind of sucks. But we've come up with a solution for that. So let's just keep on doing what we're doing. We go, so our first pickaxe, our first iron pickaxe, and our first diamond pickaxe, which we're going to leave it here for now. I'm going to come and use it a bit because it's still like full health. And it has efficiency on it. I like the open airiness of it. I like the view through the windows too. Kind of blocked off with the bars. And we have our little balcony out here if you want. And last but not least, if we head up here, we have the collection system for our bamboo farm, which is coming through the tube, like right up here. And I got a new little bedroom. So in a way, our storage room is like our base 2.0. It's right next to our old one, just slightly upgraded. And I haven't had any problems sleeping here. And this is what it looks like. Pretty simple. Just pretty much using plants as decorations. I just think it looks really nice. And I like, it really feels like open airy. I think the sound mod is actually helping a lot because with the birds and everything. But I just like the way it feels a lot. And it's very cozy and very cute. And once again, I like the views that we have from our little windows up here. And that about covers it. There's probably some more details and decorations we can do in here, but I think it strikes a nice balance and I'm proud of it and it feels nice. And it feels like something I would build. I don't know how long this episode is going to be. I've been kind of editing it, but it's been such a chaotic few weeks for me. And fatiguing few weeks that I'm like way off my usual process, I would say, not necessarily schedule, but process. So what I'd like to do now, I think to cap off the episode is, since we have quite a bit of progress done here, so let's update our maps. And I think the way I would do this is we grab these, we update them, and then we duplicate them. Are you ready? Let's go with map A. All right, cool. Oh, you can kind of see the path poking out in the bottom right corner over here. Let's walk over to that and then we'll grab map B. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, so actually the build is in that map. All right. We might not actually have to update the other two. You can kind of see it at the top right corner right here. Yep. Let's update the other one for good measure. I don't see anything else. Okay, so I think these two actually have nothing new, so we just have to update two maps, which is actually less of a pain in the butt. How's that look? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Oh, and our wall expand. Okay, so I guess technically, something new is on this map, but we're not going to bother timestamping it for 2 pixels. Yeah, I really like the way our map is coming along. I've never really used them in my other worlds, and I think it's so underrated. It's really cool. Oh, I wonder actually, should I update this map? Is that... Did I actually start terraforming that far? Yeah, oh wow. Well, with that being done, everyone, thank you for watching this totally well-organized episode of Minecraft and joining me on this little journey to building my new silo storage room base. I'm guessing if you made it this far, you didn't mind too much and you've enjoyed yourself, so thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one, whenever that may be. See ya!